You know, I often wonder if police officers undergo any kind of psychological testing. It's my understanding that they do, but there are so many heinous things done by police officers. I'm wondering if their testing procedures need to be reviewed. Now, this particular story is regarding a Texas jailer who was arrested for thrusting a baton into an inmate's ass multiple times. Now, in my opinion, okay, and it's just that, my opinion, a lot of Latino men are pretty much homophobic. Now, there's a term called machismo, which means manly, you know, gotta demonstrate your manhood, etc. And that's a term that I've come across and been exposed to multiple times throughout my life. You know, I hung around with a lot of Puerto Ricans in my early days and even through my middle years. And, you know, it's something that I understood. And if you know any Latino males, and I mean, really know them, then you should kind of understand what I'm talking about here. And even if you know some Latina females, you know, they basically understand that particular term and attitude. Okay. Now, this jailer was arrested and fired because he attempted to wake up an inmate by thrusting a baton into his ass. Okay. This was such an egregious act that several of the jailers who witnessed the assault gave sworn statements against their fellow detention officer, 32-year-old Michael David Hinojosa. And I hope I'm pronouncing his name properly. Hinojosa of Mercedes, Texas. One of the jailers confirmed that he observed this officer pushing his baton into the inmate's ass 4 or 5 times. Investigators with the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Department arrested him on this past Monday, charging him with improper sexual activity with a person in custody, which is a felony. The sheriff, Eddie Guerrera, now this sheriff has been out there multiple times, okay, talking about his officers. He needs to do a better job of figuring out or testing his officers to see exactly where their heads are, because, and I'm not kidding, this guy has suspended, you know, when he comes across him, he gets them, but he's come across a bunch of officers in his police department that are doing like heinous things. Now, he says that he's promised to investigate the matter, and, you know, with all the statements, that investigation shouldn't take a long time. And he also claims that he's going to take the necessary steps to preserve the public's confidence and trust in his sheriff department. But, you know, he's got a tough road to hoe here, because, you know, in my opinion now, and again, it's always my opinion, anytime you have a low-life, potentially gay-bashing individual like this guy should have never been able to pass muster as far as actually even getting into the department. Now, this is not the first instance that we've heard of where a jailer has shoved a baton up a male inmate's behind. The most famous case is that case in New York where it took a year or more in order for that jailer to be brought to justice. And that occurred under racist Rudy Giuliani's reign as mayor of New York. And to this day, Giuliani has never stepped forward and apologized for the actions of the New York City Police Department in that particular instance, as well as many others. So, again, these police officers need to undergo some better psychological testing procedures than they're currently undergoing, because there are a lot of police officers, I shouldn't say a lot, there are too many police officers that are out on the streets doing crap like this, and once you get in jail, I gotta tell you, they will abuse you. Once you are in custody, your rights absolutely go out the window, and unless you absolutely toe the line, kiss their asses, you're going to be in for some serious issues inside of just about any jail in this country. Oh, and by the way, this prick got bailed out about 6 hours after he was booked into the jail. Now, the local news stations down in the Houston area reached out to this guy for a comment on what went down, and obviously he's not saying a word.